Well, on the last patch, the T57 Heavy was given a remodel, so I thought I'd go back over it and do a bit of a tank review. It's America's other alternative bad bleep tier 10 heavy tank, auto loader, 4-shot, good support tank. There's many ways to use it. You hide behind cover, you cop out, you give 4 shots, you go back, you reload. You hide behind heavies, you pop out from behind those. Super heavies like Mauser's, E100s, you pop out, do 4 shots, and you hide behind their armour. But you do have relatively good armour of your own. But we'll go through that in a minute. So the engine, 20% chance of fire. This one runs on petrol. So running Coca-Cola is a risk, just don't get shot in the back. The aiming time of 2.3 seconds and the view range of 400 meters. You have a reload of 25 seconds, but you can reduce that with vents and good cruise skills to about 19 seconds. So there's the tracks, pretty decent traverse, it's not bad. It's not the fastest tank in the world. There's the turret, like I said, 400 meter view range. There's the radio, 745 meters range, so people can hear the screams, and the ammunition is stowed there. If you want to take one out on the battlefield, just shoot it straight under the gun. But the thing is, to defend yourself also in the 57 Heavy, is put your gun down when you are being faced and you are unloaded, so that they cannot penetrate that central ammo rack. That's where the crew sit. It's a 4 crew, even though it has an automatic loader. Now let's talk about the armour. The tracks are standard, 1 to 20 millimeters. You can angle it well and still bounce shots on the side if you're side scraping out from a building. You have to be careful of that bulbous turret cheek though, because if that pokes out, they can pen that relatively easily. The roof, as you can see, you don't want to get hit by artillery in this thing. It gets made an entire mess. There's no armour up there. The sides of the turret are relatively good, but you're going to get automatically penned by tier 10 guns in that. Turret ring and the front of the tank, the lower plate, standard sort of American medium tank thickness. So if you get shot at in the lower plate, it's going through. The upper plate though, well angled, is going to bounce. The turret cheeks become small if you get the gun depression at -9 down. Then you start getting into the spaced armour that you've got in the turret there. And then you've got the thickest part, which is on the very front of the tank, and the gun mantlet, and on the optics. So don't try and shoot one in the cupola, because it's not going to work unless you have something that will overmatch 230 millimeters of armor. It's really rather good. So yeah, the gun stats, like I said, 258 standard pen, 400 average damage, 340 heat pen, gotta get closer to my TV. Yeah, 340 heat pen for 400, and 50 for an average roll of 515 on your explosives. The aiming time at 2.9 seconds isn't bad, and once again can be increased with cruise skills, vert stabs, and as you can see, I run vents, vert stabs, and an enhanced gun lay and drive on this to increase the gun handling. I'm not really too worried about spotting in this thing, because the view range at 400 plus the Coca-Cola and stuff like that is out there in the 440s anyway. So we go to a game, it's at mines, and we spawned in the south, and it's a place where you could go to be safely auto-loading on your own without having to come out from behind and using your teammates. So this is the central position. We've already put 1 into a T57 Heavy from the enemy team and 3 into that E75 that you can see there with 0 damage, 0 health left really. So we're going out thinking that they would push up again, but in actual fact what happens is the tank, this is the position, this is such a strong position with 9 degrees of gun depression, okay, because it enables you to cover that side, cover the middle of the island if they come across that way by staying low so that these guys can't shoot you in the backside, and then it also enables you to cover these guys. And these Japanese heavies, they're a real pain in the butt, aren't they? And then of course we get armor piercing rounds straight through the side from the artillery. Thanks very much for that. Lucky pen there from that angle with armor piercing, but never mind. It's fine. I could play with 1 hit point from this position as long as he didn't hit me again. So because of the Jap heavies, we go with the 340 heat pen. Probably didn't need it now that this guy's giving me side turret. But hey, we'll take any damage we can get. I split the load, as you can see, 12 and 12. So we draw back to reload. Now, what I was worried about at this point is I knew that there were some tanks that were detected that could push across the mid, but chose not to. Which was lucky. The E5 on the enemy team held station right to the very end. When he could have pushed up, shot me in the backside and it would have been over. But, so, the potatoes that forgot I was here. Get taken out. So now all we're going to need is those standards. Tiger 2 does actually come back out again, believe it or not. So now, because it's a full health E5, and we know how hard they are to pen, it's a broken tank, we are going to go back to some premium ammunition. We will get 2 pens into him at the end of the game, just to add to the damage ribbons. So yeah, it's a dominant position. I mean, if you can get there in any tank that can use 6 or more degrees of gun depression, you're going to be fine. You'll struggle there in the Chinese tanks. Probably struggle in the Russian mediums and the IS-7 because of its low slung turret. AMX-50B works there, E5 works there. Look how hard that armor is on that thing. Look at it. It's ridiculous. It's broken. Anyway, that's it. That's game. So because of the heat and the food, 23,000 loss at tier 10, I'll take it, it's not too bad. 5,600 damage dealt, good enough for a mastery 2. And 3rd place on the team. So in WN8 generations, the T57 ranks below the Chieftain and the Bat Chat. And that's it, that's game. Thanks for watching.